Welcome back to another video. I know I uploaded yesterday, but right now I'm trying to get a couple videos out before this weekend because I'm not going to have any time next weekend to work on any videos at all. You ever think that sometimes a book doesn't need to be 1,000 pages like Brandon Sanderson's The Way of Kings? Sometimes it doesn't need to be 500 pages. It may not even need to be 100 pages to tell a cohesive and interesting story. Because today we're talking about Fumes by William Dozier. Now, William is one of my favorite YouTubers. I actually made a video about this book a little while ago, a couple months ago. But I figured I needed to make a little more of an in-depth video on it, rather than just a 1-minute synopsis. If you don't know William Dozier, he's a YouTuber and he's a storyteller. He talks a lot about Cormac McCarthy, which is one of the reasons I like him a lot, because he gave me a guide to McCarthy when I was new, even though I didn't take that guide and I'm making my own as of right now. But William does a lot of these videos where he recommends so many books, and some of them I've never even heard of before, and that's something I appreciate a lot. So I figured, why not give him a little bit of publicity, even though I don't have that many subs, and talk about his book. Fumes follows Charlie Whitler, a man who is sober for the first time in his adult life. He has come back to his home of Durham County, North Carolina, and only his grandfather knows why he's really there. Trust me, it gets really, really good. Now, this book is only, this book's only 72 pages. I read it in an hour, but just because it's short doesn't mean it's bad. Just remember that. In the backdrop of this story, there is another half to it about the Hammonds family, a rich family that is kind of declining, and so they all regroup into the Outer Banks of this town, and that's where this story finds its conflict. Now, I'm going to try and keep this relatively spoiler-free, but at its core, Fumes, it's about this sort of decay of the human mind a little bit, but it's also a decay of relationships, a personal and familial and societal connection with humanity. It's about the fumes of what used to be. That's on YouTube forever. Wow. So being a fan of William, I can really tell that his style draws a lot from Cormac McCarthy. Like, I could really feel McCarthy's darkness, but also his poetry in Fumes. Fumes' atmosphere is a little melodramatic. You can really smell the rain in Durham County, if you know what I'm saying. Like, this book, I want to call it a short story, but it's more of a novella. But you can really just feel the way William writes everything, and that's something I really appreciate about it. The character of Charlie is particularly deep. Between each of the characters and every line of dialogue, you can feel the awkward silences, you can feel the distances between the family members that we talk about. You can really understand all these people. And this book has a particularly eerie conclusion. That's something that I really enjoyed about it, and because I'm such a big fan of Cormac McCarthy, that's probably why I enjoyed it so much. But it really just leaves you to think about what you just read. Now, I do have a bit of a minor critique. My biggest problem with this book is that there's not enough of it. Like, I said in the beginning of this video that you don't need 500 pages to tell a story, but I really like the way William writes is so good, and I just wish this book was longer so that I could read more of it, because I really feel like with just this 72 pages, we are barely getting to know everybody in this story. Like, I want to know more about these people, and I want to understand Charlie more. I didn't get to dig into his mind enough, if you know what I'm saying, because the way all these characters think is really interesting. That kind of wraps up my thoughts on the book. But here's some final thoughts for you. Fumes isn't for everybody. If you're looking for a little, like, lighthearted story, do not read this book. This book is sad, it's dark, but if you like that kind of stuff like I do, because you're kind of sick in the head, it's a really good book. And there's a lot to appreciate here, and I really do love it so much. Please collab with me, William. You can buy Fumes for less than $10 on Amazon, so go get yourself a copy. It is so worth it. Just remember to keep reading, keep learning, keep growing, and sometimes all that's left behind are the fumes. And sometimes that's enough. I'll see you in the next one. Banjo out.